Welcome to Learning with ASMR. I did not really learn new stuff today because in every single class it was either review or tests. Although I think I did pretty good on my 8-push test. I was doing really well actually. And then on my chemistry test, I think I got a C. I don't think I did well on that one. But once I get the test back, I can tell you guys. And you wanna know why I'm able to say guys now? Cause guess what? I got views on my videos I made. Thank you to the 6 people who watched. You're awesome. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing a little spa day for you. This is gonna be you. We're gonna act like this styrofoam head I bought is you. And then after that I'm going to read from the book Slaughterhouse Five, because I have to read that for class, but it's actually a book I've been wanting to read, so let's read it, guys. We have story time, a bedtime story. Let's get started. Hey, can I get a nice spa day? I got the money for it. My phone is falling. I got the money for it. Yeah, of course you can. What all do you want? See, I want the premium experience. I want like a nose tickling. I want a head massage. I want music to be playing. I want my hair done. Just everything you have to offer. Alright, I can do that. But it's gonna cost you. I'm gonna need like a solid quarter from you, okay? Can you afford that? I don't think you can. You look pretty broke. I am not broke. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, just looking at you, you kinda look like you got 1 Robux. You kidding? 2.5 review on Yelp. That's okay. I don't care. Now, it's time for your spa. We're gonna start with the nose tickling. Chow! Chow! Hold still. Nostrils away from the screen, you greedy sniffy olfactor. Resents you, sing little weirdo. There you go. Sneezing everywhere. I'm covered in your snot. That's not cool. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's right. I'm hand sanitizing. Smell it. It smells good. It's just regular hand sanitizer, but I like the smell of it. 'Cause you suck. I'm writing a note about you so that future spas know how bad you are. And you're gonna watch me. You see that? That's what happens when you sneeze everywhere. Also, you like my pen? It has a dragon on it. I love dragons. Now, you're gonna get a head massage. Are you ready? Yeah, I am. I'm so ready. I don't put a foot around that head of yours. It's pretty big. Got a big forehead. You're like a megamind. Ew, is it like that? Yeah, there you go. You like it? It's gourmet head massage. Whoops. Ew, it's leaving marks on your weird bald head. Look at that. You're bald, so I can see everything. You're bald. You're like Kite. You're like Shrek. Patty cake, as fast as you can. Rub the head for good luck. Now wipe it on the screen so my viewers have good luck. Now, you need something new. A head massager really messed up your gorgeous, luxurious locks. So we're gonna fix that by combing your hair. Turn around. Ew, you have like... Ew, what is that, like cancer? I'm sorry, that was like insensitive. Here you go. Wait, do it like the pros. I am a pro. Don't question my skills. Don't question my methods. Like the sound. Brush those nose hairs. It's one place where you got hair. You're bald everywhere else. Don't even have any eyebrows. Okay, now we have to do your hair. Okay. Here, let me clip it back so that you look super cute. Okay, maybe one like right here. Maybe one here. Maybe one here. Maybe one here. Absolutely beautiful. Wow, you look stunning. You don't look a day over 80. Ew, is that a dog hair? And now, you need headphones. This will help make your bald head look more full and less bald and empty. Yeah, you like that? Yeah. Look pretty fly with them. Fly? I've never even used that as a word before. Like, for real, I've never actually used that slang term before. Goodness. Anyways. Yeah, now it's time for story time. Round everyone. I'm ready to read. Oh, that's so nice. You know, you can bring other people here. Can I bring my dog? Your dog? Sure, I guess. We are a pet-friendly place after all. We love pets here. They're very cute. Okay, good. Here, hold on. Come here, Fido. What is that dog? It's so freaky looking. Why does he look like that? Because my dog. Why are you bullying my dog? I wasn't bullying. It's just, it's very cute. Here, you can pet him. Oh, what a kind offer. Everything's under control now. Let's begin reading. Slaughterhouse Five, Kurt Vonnegut. If you haven't already, feel free to just close your eyes and relax and listen. I don't know how long I'll read for, but it's pretty late, and I want to get to bed soon, so. 1. All of this happened, more or less. The war parts, anyway, are pretty much true. Sorry if you hear my family in the background, they're very loud. The guy I knew really was shot in Dresden for taking a teapot that wasn't his. Another guy I knew really did threaten to have his personal enemies killed by a gunman after the war, and so on. I've changed all the names. I really did go back to Dresden with Guggenheim money, God love it, in 1967. It looked a lot like Dayton, Ohio, more open spaces than Dayton has. There must be tons of human bone meal on the ground. I went back there with an old war buddy, Bernard V. O'Hare, and we made friends with a cab driver who took us to the slaughterhouse where we had been locked up at night as prisoners of war. His name was Gerhard Muller. He told us that he was a prisoner of the Americans for a while. We asked him how it was to live under communism, and he said that it was terrible at first, because everybody had to work so hard, and because there wasn't much food, shelter, or clothing. But things were much better now. He had a pleasant little apartment, and his daughter was an excellent education. His mother was incinerated in the Dresden firestorm, so it goes. Sorry, I can't because my buttons are in the way. Okay. He sent O'Hare a postcard at Christmas time, and here's what it said. I wish you and your family, also as to your friend, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope that we'll meet again in a world of peace and freedom in the taxi cab if the accident will. I like that very much. If the accident will. I would hate to tell you what this lousy little book cost me in money and in time. When I got home from the Second World War 23 years ago, I thought it would be easy for me to write about the destruction of Dresden, since all I would have to do would be to report what I had seen. And I thought, too, that it would be a masterpiece, or at least make me a lot of money, since the subject was so big. But not many words about Dresden came from my mind then. Not enough to make a book, anyway. And not many words come now either, when I have become an old fart with his memories and his Pall Malls with his son's full grown. I think about how useless the Dresden part of my memory has been, and yet how tempting Dresden has been to write about. And I'm reminded of the famous limerick. There was a young man from Istanbul who soliloquized thus to his tool. You took all my wealth, and you ruined my health, and now you won't pee, you old fool. And I'm reminded, too, of the song that goes, my name is Jan Janssen. I work in Wisconsin. I work in a lumber mill there. The people I meet when I walk down the street, they say, what's your name? And I say, my name is Jan Janssen. I work in Wisconsin. And so on to infinity. Over the years, people I've met have often asked me what I'm working on, and I've usually replied that the main thing was a book about Dresden. I was about to Harrison Starr, the movie maker, one time, and he raised his eyebrows and inquired, "Is it an anti-war book?" "Yes," I said, "I guess." You know what I say to people when I hear them writing anti-war books? "No, what do you say, Harrison Starr?" I say, "Why don't you write an anti-glacier book instead?" What he meant, of course, was that there would always be wars, that they were as easy to stop as glaciers. I believe that too. And even if wars didn't keep coming like glaciers, there would still be plain old death. When I was somewhat younger, working on my famous Dresden book, I asked an old war buddy named Bernard V. O'Hare if I could come to see him. He was a district attorney in Pennsylvania. I was a rider on Cape Cod. We had been privates in the war, infantry scouts. We had never expected to make any money after the war, but we were doing quite well. I had the Bell Telephone Company find him for me. They are wonderful that way. I had this disease late at night sometimes, involving alcohol and the telephone. I get drunk and I drive my wife away with a breath like mustard, gas, and roses. And then, speaking gravely and elegantly into the telephone, I ask the telephone operators to connect me with this friend, or that one, from whom I have not heard in years. I got O'Hara on the line this way. He is short and I am tall. We were Mutt and Jeff in the war. We were captured together in the war. I told him who I was on the telephone. He had no trouble believing it. He was up. He was reading. Everybody else in his house was asleep. "Listen," I said. "I'm writing this book about Dresden. I'd like some help remembering stuff. I wonder if I could come down and see you, and we could drink and talk and remember." He was unenthusiastic. He said he couldn't remember much. He told me, though, to come ahead. I think the climax of the book would be the execution of poor old Edgar Derby, I said. The irony is so great. A whole city gets burned down, and thousands of people are killed. And then this one American foot soldier is arrested in the ruins for taking a teapot, and he's given a regular trial, and then he's shot by a firing squad. Said O'Hare, "Don't you think that's really where the climax should come?" "I don't know anything about it," he said. "That's your trade, not mine." As a trafficker in climaxes and thrills and characterization and wonderful dialogue and suspense and confrontations, I had outlined the Dresden story many times. The best outline I ever made, or anyway the prettiest one, was on the back of a roll of wallpaper. I used my daughter's crayon, a different color for each main character. One end of the wallpaper was the beginning of the story, and the other end was the end. And then there was all that middle part, which was the middle. And the blue line met the red line, and then the yellow line, and then the yellow line stopped because the character represented by the yellow line was dead, and so on. The destruction of Dresden was represented by a vertical band of orange cross-hatching, and all the lines that were still alive passed through it and came out the other side. The end, where all the lines stopped, was a beet field on the Elbe, outside of Halle. The rain was coming down. The war in Europe had been over for a couple of weeks. We were formed in ranks with Russian soldiers guarding us, Englishmen, Americans, Dutchmen, Belgians, Frenchmen, Canadians, South Africans, New Zealanders, Australians, thousands of us to stop being prisoners of war. And on the other side of the field were thousands of Russians and Poles, and Yugoslavians, and so on, guarded by American soldiers. An exchange was made there in the rain for one. O'Hare and I climbed into the back of an American truck with a lot of others. O'Hare didn't have any souvenirs. Almost everybody else did. I had a ceremonial Luftwaffe saber. Still do. The rabid little American I call Paul's Lazaro in this book had about a quart of diamonds and emeralds and rubies and so on. He had taken these from dead people in the cellars of Dresden, so it goes. An idiotic Englishman who had lost all of his teeth somewhere, had his souvenir in a canvas bag. The bag was resting on my insteps. He would peek into the bag every now and then, and he would roll his eyes and swivel his scrawny neck, trying to catch people looking covetously at his bag, and he would bounce the bag on my insteps. I thought this bouncing was accidental, but I was mistaken. He had to show somebody what was in the bag, and he had decided that he could trust me. He caught my eye, winked, opened the bag. There was a plaster model of the Eiffel Tower in there. It was painted gold. It had a clock in it. There's a smashing thing, he said. And we were flown to a rest camp in France, where we were fed chocolate, malted milkshakes, and other rich foods until we were all covered with baby fat. Then we got home, and I married a pretty girl who was covered with baby fat too. And we have babies. And they're all grown up now. And I'm an old fart with his memories and his palm malls. My name is Jan Janssen. I work in Wisconsin. I worked at a lumber mill there. Sometimes I try to call up old girlfriends on the telephone late at night after my wife has gone to bed. Operator, I wonder if you could give me the number of a Miss So-and-so. I think she lives at such and such. I'm sorry, sir. There is no such listing. Thanks, operator. Just the same. I let the dog out, or I let him in. And we talk some. I let him know I like him. And he lets me know he likes me. He doesn't mind the smell of mustard gas and roses. You're all right, Sandy, I say to the dog. You know that, Sandy? You're okay. Sometimes I'll turn on the radio and listen to a talk program from Boston or New York. I can't stand recorded music if I've been drinking a good deal. Sooner or later, I go to bed, and my wife asks me what time it is. She always has to know the time. Sometimes I don't know, and I say, search me. That's all I have time to